Good morning, everybody. We're going to start the week of reviews off with another Neil Young review. This time, we're going to review his 1980 release, Hawks and Doves, which is a hybrid record. The first side of the record was recorded in 1974, and the second side of the record was recorded in 1980. It was released on October 29th of 1980, and the reason I said it was a hybrid record is because, like I said, the first side of the record was recorded in the 70s, and the second side of the record was recorded in 1980. The first side of the record is more acoustic, with songs like Little Wing, the old Captain Kennedy, the Old Homestead, or Lost in Space, which is one of my favorites, and the Old Homestead, and Levon Helm of the band is on drums for some of the first side of the record, and the second side of the record is country, which the band for this included Ben Keith on steel, and the rest of the musicians I don't know of. They were assembled by Ben for the recording of the country material. Some of my favorite songs, actually I like the whole record, but some of my favorite songs on the country side are Stay in Power, the title tune, Hawks and Doves, a song about unions called Union Man, and one of my all-time favorites from the record, Coming Apart at Every Nail. Let me give you a little brief history of Hawks and Doves. Neil was kind of inactive in the early 80s because he was taking care of his son Ben. His last tour was in 1978 for Rust Never Sleeps, and he took 1979 off, and he only played one show in 1980 with the Hawks and Doves band, which was a benefit for the organization Bread and Roses, which was held at the Greek Theater. And so that was Neil's only gig in 1980. And because he was still taking care of Ben was going through a rough time at the time of this record, and so Neil devoted himself to Ben's care. And so he didn't have much of a live performance presence in the early 80s, and during this time, Ronald Reagan, who Neil supported, was just coming into office, and so I think the political climate of 1980 kind of informed Neil's songwriting at the time. And so I love this record. The first time that I heard this record in its entirety, one of my friends burned me a copy, and I was super excited because it was one of those records that um, I had always wanted, and it wasn't available on CD at the time. And then a couple years after that, Neil officially released it, and I grabbed it up, and it is just a tremendous record. And some of the songs that were on side one of the record um, were were also released on the Hitchhiker record, the archive release of the Hitchhiker record a couple years ago, like Captain Kennedy, and I think Little Wing is on there as well. But I think the fans were kind of at a loss as to what to think of this record. It didn't do too well, but I don't care because I loved it, and I hope you will too. I give this 5 stars. Shot and produced by Edinburgh. Audio and video provided by WeVideo and YouTube Music Library. Screen recording taken from Wikipedia. Images taken from Google Images. Achieved using iPicky.com. The singles released for the record were "Hawks and Doves" and "Staying Power".